Hey Collective, welcome back. I hope you're having a good day today. So today, this one's going to be about intuition. We spend our lives searching, reaching, aching for something outside of us to tell us who we are. We look to the world for signs, for permission, for a roadmap to our purpose, our destiny. But know this, your spirit knows the way. It always has. You ever see the river fight the flow? No. It doesn't argue with the rocks. It moves around them. Birds don't beg the sky to hold them up. They spread their wings and they trust the wind. And just like them, you were born with a knowing. A whisper, deep in your bones, telling you where to go and what to do. Some call it instinct. Some call it a feeling, an inner knowing. I call it truth. There is a voice inside you, soft but strong, quiet but sure. It doesn't shout. It doesn't beg. It doesn't demand. It simply knows. It knows when something feels right and when something feels wrong. It knows when to stay and when to walk away. It knows when to leap, even when the world tells you to be still. But the trouble is, we don't always listen. We doubt, we question, we turn to others hoping they will confirm what we already feel in our bones. And when they don't, we hesitate, we shrink, we quiet the very part of us that was designed to lead the way. I have learned the world will always have an opinion about what you should do, where you should go, who you should be. It will hand you maps drawn by hands that don't know the landscape of your soul. It will try to convince you that safety is better than truth, that comfort is better than growth, that logic is louder than instinct. But know this, no one can know your journey better than the spirit that carries you. Your intuition is your compass. It's not a guessing game, not a reckless leap into the unknown, not a wild hope. It is the purest form of wisdom. The part of you untouched by fear and undistracted by noise. It has been your companion since the very beginning, guiding you in ways you may not even realize. Think back to the times when something inside told you to turn left instead of right. When you met someone for the first time and something inside whispers, "Yes, yes, yes, I've known you before." Or when you felt guided to leave a situation that no longer served you, just in time. That wasn't coincidence. That wasn't luck. That was your soul speaking. That was your intuition. But if you want to hear it clearly, you must learn to trust it without conditions. You can't say, "I will listen if it makes sense," or "I'll trust it if others agree." No. Intuition doesn't work that way. It requires faith before proof. It demands belief before certainty. And that is where many people struggle. You want validation. You want guarantees. You want to be sure. But life doesn't come with a script, and no one but you should be writing your story. So many people are living half lives because they ignore the voice within. They take jobs they don't love, surround themselves with people who don't honor their spirit, stay in places that make them feel small, all because they're afraid to follow what they already know deep down. But here's the truth. Ignoring your intuition doesn't silence it. It only makes the journey harder. The signs will keep coming. The uneasiness in your gut will not fade. The truth will press against your heart until you can no longer ignore it. Nor should you. Please don't wait for permission from anyone to follow the path that was meant for you. Don't wait for certainty before you trust yourself. Because the truth is, certainty is not the absence of fear. It's the presence of trust. And trust is the beginning of everything. This world is loud, and so are the people in it, full of noise. Some welcome, some unwanted, all of it demanding your attention. The moment your eyes open, there are messages to check, conversations to join, and pressure is pulling you in every direction. All that rushing, reaching for the next thing. Your intuition speaks, but it won't yell. It won't fight for space in the chaos. It won't push past the noise. It waits, patient, steady, unshaken. It will not force you to listen, but it will never leave you either. You see, the question isn't whether your intuition is speaking. The question is whether you're quiet enough to hear it. You've been conditioned to seek answers outside yourself. You scroll endlessly, looking for validation. You poll your friends, hoping someone will tell you what to do. You turn to books and articles, desperate for clarity. But clarity doesn't live out there, friends. It's not something you can hunt down like a missing puzzle piece. It is something that has been within you all along. It's something you return to. But if you're too busy, too distracted, too wrapped up in the outside world, you will miss it. This is why solitude matters, and stillness isn't a luxury, but a necessity. Don't let this world tell you that being still is unproductive, or that silence is empty. I've said it before, and I'll say it again. Silence is full of wisdom, full of answers, full of the clarity you're searching for. I don't know about you, but my best ideas come when I'm alone. My best ideas appear in the quiet moments, on a walk, in the shower, early in the morning before the world wakes up. That's not by accident, friends. That's your intuition finally being heard. But we resist it, don't we? Sadly, the moment silence arrives, for most people, they rush to fill it. Reaching for phones, turning the TV on, playing music for background noise. Anything to keep you from sitting with yourself. Why? Because sitting with yourself means facing what's inside. And I suppose, for some, that's uncomfortable. I've learned you can't ignore yourself forever. And if you don't make time for your intuition, it will find other ways to get your attention. It will show up as unease, restlessness, that nagging feeling that something is off, even if the surface looks fine. It won't let you settle. It won't let you pretend. It will keep knocking until you answer. So step away from endless distractions. Find moments in your day to simply be, to breathe. Sit with yourself. Pay attention to the thoughts that rise, the emotions that stir, and the instincts that speak. Don't rush to analyze them. Don't dismiss them as nothing. Trust them. Honor them. Follow them. Because in the silence, you will hear the truth. Don't let doubt sneak in and make you second-guess yourself when you already know the answer. Doubt doesn't care about truth, doesn't care about wisdom. It only cares about keeping you stuck. But intuition is different. It doesn't fight. It doesn't argue. It doesn't come with a need to prove itself. It simply exists. And if you can learn to separate its voice from the noise of doubt, you will realize it has always been guiding you. Doubt is afraid. It wants certainty before action and guarantees before belief. But life doesn't work that way. You can't wait for validation before you believe in what you feel. And you can't wait for proof before you trust yourself. Because intuition doesn't come with a manual or a money-back guarantee. It comes with faith. I have countless moments where I just knew. Do you? When I walked into a room and felt something was off before anyone ever spoke. When I met someone and instantly felt a connection or a warning in my gut. When I was faced with a choice and without a single logical explanation or physical proof, I already knew the answer and the truth. If you've ever felt this, it's not random. It's not an accident. It's your intuition speaking. But let me ask you this. How many times have you ignored it? Brushed it aside because it didn't come with logic, because others didn't agree. And how many times did you later realize, I should have listened? Remember this. Intuition is not here to make sense to everyone else. It's here to guide you, but only if you allow it. And the first step is trust. You must learn to recognize when doubt is leading you astray, when fear is masquerading as reason, and your first step is understanding just because something is uncertain doesn't mean it's wrong. Just because others don't see what you see doesn't mean your vision is unclear. Get so familiar with your mind and body that you can recognize the difference between a warning and fear. Fear will hold you back from what's good for you. Intuition will nudge you forward even when it's uncomfortable, because it knows what's meant for you. So friends, that's the key. Learning to listen when it doesn't make sense. Learning to walk forward through doubt and fear, even when you cannot see the full path ahead. Doubt may be loud, but it's not true. Intuition may be quiet, but it's never wrong. And when you learn to tell the difference, you'll never hesitate again. I wish I could give you a formula for this. There is no science that can fully capture the depth of the human spirit and its connection to something greater. You just have to feel it, know it, live by it, even if you cannot name it. Because life doesn't wait, and neither does intuition. It moves, it guides, it nudges, and if you don't follow, it won't argue. It will simply allow you to learn the lesson in a harder way. Remember, before the world told you who to be, before rules and expectations settled over you like heavy clouds, you knew. You knew when something felt right. You knew when something felt wrong. But then life happened. People told you what was possible, what was practical. They told you to follow the path that made sense, not the one good for your soul. They told you to seek approval, to look outside yourself for answers, to listen to voices who don't really matter. So little by little, you stop trusting yourself, question your instincts. But my question is, why would you ever believe someone else knew the way that's best for you? There is no teacher, no mentor, no expert who can know your path the way you do. No one else has the map that was written for you and you alone. Quit hesitating. Quit looking for others to confirm what your soul is whispering so clearly. Quit seeking permission to trust yourself. What I have learned is, information is not always truth. Truth is something deeper. It's what rises in you before logic can catch up. Truth is what calls you forward when the world tells you to stay put. And here's what I love about truth. It doesn't require explanation. It doesn't need to be justified, proven, or accepted by anyone else to be real. It simply is. So friends, quit ignoring your own knowing. Don't be afraid to trust yourself. Stop second-guessing yourself. Quit explaining yourself and move with a quiet confidence. And know the only validation you need comes from within. So listen deeply, trust fully, move boldly. Because the answers you are looking for are not out there. They're already inside you, just waiting for you to believe in them. Until next time, friends, keep healing. See ya.